Hello again, Hot Wheelers. Let's do a quick custom today. So today we have the 2026 release of the Austin Mini Cooper S. I assume they've done this car in the past. We'll see what the copyright did. It says below 2071 250. Then in now, the one of 10 of those. I bought this locally here, and that is that. So we got a nice little kind of like a mint green kind of thing. You ready? Curious what the copyright is on this one. Am I blind? Am I not seeing it? Or is it just because the thing is so chromed? There's a copyright of Mattel, but no actual date, so maybe you don't need to even get licensing approval for a classic car? That doesn't make sense. I don't know. Well, anyways, I have no idea when this first came out. If you know, please leave a comment. I like this car because I actually used to own a 91 Mayfair, and it was awesome. It was like driving a go-kart. Granted, if I got into an accident in that thing, I probably wouldn't be here right now. Alright, so this is the earlier series, Mark 1, Mark 2, because it has the mustache grill and the external door hinges. Alright, so naturally, there's no paint on the front, but that does look like a mini badge. So very cool, and it's raised a good amount, so you could add some paint to that very easily. The little turn signals are raised a lot too. Unfortunately, they're so close to the bumper, you might get some paint seepage there. Alright, you do some racing stripes here. Most racing stripes actually come down to here, but they didn't want to have two print processes. And for some reason, this one is cracked. Strange. The white roof, though, printed on well enough, I guess. I like how they use real paint on main lines. I don't understand the premiums, how they make them look worse with that inkjet printing kind of technology they have. Just good old straight paint. Granted, it's more steps if it's multicolored. Like this. So they had to print white and then they printed black on top of it, but it looks great, right? Very good. Alright, so I'm not sure why those are there. Just some weird arrows. And you know, there's no copyright or licensing problems putting numbers on. I kind of wish they actually had numbers here, but maybe they think people are going to customize this and just put their own numbers there. I don't know. I don't know. But the door handle sticks out a good amount, which is good. Really stubby mirrors there. Okay, and then the rain gutter or the weld seam here, they look pretty good. The fuel filler is very small though. They could have easily made that bigger. Yeah, they're just like very small bumps. Weird. And then it has the ovoid slot kind of taillights like the earlier Mark 1s would have. And then the light for the license plate actually shoots upwards. And then you have the handle for the rear trunk there. Some hints of hinges there, but not as good as over here, right? Okay, so yeah, the plastic I guess looks okay. Sorry, losing focus. Nice, a center exhaust. That's cool. I like that. This side, okay. Well, it's nice that the graphic actually does read correctly. They could have easily, if they're lazy, they would have just mirrored it. But there actually is a small hot there. Okay, same with the Goodyear. It's reading correctly. So that all looks pretty good. Yeah, maybe some of the paint's not the greatest. It's just a little questionable why they made these and those hinges so small when they clearly could have made them a lot bigger, right? The little bumps for the fluid, and now I don't understand why those bumps are there. Please leave a comment. Why? Why would they put those two bumps there? Oh, well, this is nice. Some indication of some wiper blades molded in there. Okay, a little casting flash. Alright, all in all, it's pretty neat. It's just got the round disc wheels, so I'm going to clip those off right now. Actually, before that, I'm going to scuff up the headlights a little bit. I just have one of these little salon nail sponges. So this is like 600 grit, this side. I just wanted the paint to stick to this paint a little better. If this is too smooth, it'll just wipe off very easily. So the buffing pad has a nice sharp corner, so I don't sand more than I want to. And the door handles. Ooh, this is a tougher one. Shift the corner. Okay. I don't know. It's a pen. I don't think it's an actual paint pen. Let's see what happens. First I'll put it here and try to wipe it off. Oh, wait, this is not good. Let me float some of this out first. That definitely looks silver there. Now let's try. That's not bad. It's not a chrome pen. I do have one, but I find the chrome pens flow out too much paint, and so that's why I thought I'd try a marker this time. No, I think I'm okay with this. I just don't want to touch these headlights for a few minutes. And I'm afraid to go very far because it will maybe reach into the other surfaces. It's not as realistic as it could be. If you had a fine paintbrush, maybe you could do a better job, but boy. I didn't sand those. See, yeah, it kind of leached onto the hood. That one I did a better job. Mirrors, maybe. Let's see. A tiny bit. Door handle. Sorry if I lose focus. I'm not actually looking through the camera anymore. And this little light thing. I'm gonna put a little. Oh, did I sand those? I don't know. I can't even remember. I didn't sand the fuel fillers. I do have to do that. Oh boy. That's why I wish they stuck out more. Yeah, I'm a little hesitant. I'm not going to sand those. I'll mess up the rest of the body. Let's just hope I never touch those fuel fillers again. Alright, so pretty quick and easy. Not so difficult. But yeah. It's highly probable if you touch that stuff, it's going to wipe off. We'll find out, because I'll probably touch it as I clip off these wheels. So these are just some cheap electronics cutters you can get anywhere. Harbor Freight, Amazon, AliExpress, eBay, whatever. Alright, what I'm trying to do is make room to get stronger clippers inside these tiny wheel wells. These look like they're 10mm tires. You know what? I'm zoomed in. Alright, so then these things, 70 by 125s, so I guess that's like a 5-inch clipper. Closed my eyes, because that thing would take your eye out. See, gotta get in there. I reuse these axles whenever I 3D print my own wheels, but I don't save the actual wheels. Okay, so I just have some real riders. I think I painted the insides gold and then wiped off the gold paint afterwards because the lips are already chromed. And then I just have some poster putty here. So I'm going to give the rear some camber. And I'm going to make this front steer a little bit. Maybe a little too much putty on this one. I'm going to have to take some putty out. I'll be back. By the way, I did wipe off that marker from that door handle already. I'm going to see what happens if I put some red Sharpie now over this silver marker. I'm hoping it'll help it look brighter. You know, it seems to work alright, but I'm not sure if it helped that silver marker, but it definitely looks red. Okay, got a little seepage, even with the Sharpie. I gotta get some orange for the front. Or actually, these would have aftermarket silver ones. Oh, but I don't even know if I can get it into that tiny corner. Well, let's try. No silver paint, but I'm sorry for the camera wobbling. It's on a spring mount. Yeah, you know what? With this tiny tipped Sharpie, you can get a little bit on there. No problem. So I got this little Q-tip. Eyelash Q-tip. Let's see if that knocks that paint, that more Sharpie out. Yeah, the problem with Sharpies is they're actually quite effective. So if you want to remove Sharpie, you need to get some alcohol on there. Yeah, I forgot. Interior. I gotta say, this interior is actually better than usual because that's not a pizza pan steering wheel. It actually has some spoke indications, and it's got the big central speedometer the Mark 1s would have had. There is a post in the back for child safety. Door panel, it's like a half of a door panel. I kind of wish the windows were more open. So these are sliding windows. They're not up and down windows. So this is definitely got to be a Mark 1 body style. All right. Yeah, there's a little shifter there. I'm not sure if you're seeing it. I've lost focus again. It is a racing steering wheel as well. I mean, not steering wheel, racing seat, it looks like. It looks like there's harnesses in the seat. A while back, I did review the premium of this pickup truck of the Mini. It's alright, but being a premium, it's got the weird pixelation thing. I always complain about, but I mean, come on, look at this. Look at these wiper blades in this window frame. That doesn't look realistic whatsoever. It looks like it's like tan colored. It doesn't look silver, it looks tan. So, really strange. But then oddly, they also go into rally. That is a tampo print. It's not using the pixelation. That's strange. So anyways, main lines have better paint usually. By the way, that marker is horrible. I gotta find that thing again. Where is it? So, where is it? You want to avoid this. Don't use anything that looks like this. It's just metallic and craftwork pen. It just wipes off way too easily. So I went back and added silver paint. This is a pen touch little. It's a nib also, so it was doable. I should just done that in the first place. All right, so learn from my mistakes. A couple green lights. Here's a realistic 1/64 scale, and then this is the Italian Job version, the original Italian Job. Michael Caine. Any car enthusiast should watch that movie. It's awesome. There's even a brief appearance by Benny Hill in there, but he's not funny. Okay, so yeah, Hot Wheels never claims to be 1/64, but I mean, for the cost of a Hot Wheels, it's pretty awesome. And then if you want to get some extra wheels, yeah, you can have a little fun with it. I am quite positive they made this casting because they're going to go back and have the Monte Carlo rally winners with this Mark 1 body style, which will be cool. I'm not sure if I'll buy them. Maybe. I do love those cars, so you never know. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you the next time Hot Wheels comes into town.